Welcome to today's live training over the one bot that made me $20,626 in 2025 and how you can steal the exact same bot and get it set up in less than 3 minutes. So that's today's training. I was looking through all of, well, I just guess my options bot portfolio, seeing what just did amazing this year and what can I share for you guys, what learnings can come from it. And so that's what this live training is. So with that said, on this training, we'll be covering, or I'll be sharing the exact option spot that made me the 20 grand in just 5 months of 2025 and how it's working even better today, aka this month, which I'll show you. I will also show you exactly how to use this bot, as well as how to automate any strategy you want using a brand new technology, and it's way easier than you think. Plus, I'll show you how this exact bot has made people anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 a month for our traders, completely hands-free, based on real verified profits from live accounts. And if you stay until the end, I will show you how to download this personal bot for free so that you can get it set up and running in less than 10 minutes. And that means you'll be able to replicate the exact same passive income system that I am using for myself. Now, disclaimer before I get into all the fun stuff, you will see trades, you will see back tests, you will see results, you will see results from me and from other people, but that does not mean that you will be able to do the same, right? Trading is risky. Most traders lose money, especially when we trade options. Since it's leverage, it's even more risky, and you should never trade with more money than you can afford to lose. This training is for educational purposes only, and you are responsible for what happens to your account. So I assume you guys agree to that. If you do, you can continue watching. If not, you'll have to jump off, but that's just our typical disclaimer. All right. Now, if you're joining this training and you haven't really seen me before, well, congrats. I'm glad you're here. My name is Austin Booley. I've been trading since 2017. I've taught over 20,000 traders over the last 5 years how to trade the market, specifically options trading. And my bot that I'll be showing you today made me $22,387.50 over the last 5 months from July 4th to December 31st, if we look at that record. Now, I want to show you straight from Tasty Trade, because if you guys are familiar with the Tasty Trade broker account, they do not have a paper account, which means this is a straight up live account. You can see the account number here, all that stuff. So again, from this same date range I mentioned, $22,387. If we factor in commissions and fees, $22,100. So still a very great return from this single bot on ES that I was running. So this is a futures bot, but I'll show you how to customize it for whatever you want to do. But that is who I am. That is what I've done. But it didn't always start that way. When I first started selling options, it was going pretty well. I was making anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a month. You can see here back in when I was kind of doing this, I made about $2,600 from just selling options. Not too bad. But the problem is when you sell options, any volatility spike, any overnight crash, any move can lead to a huge loss. And I wasn't yet aware of that because I was so green and new to selling options. So you can see here, I lost $15,000 from one single trade because of an overnight move and volatility spike. That was something that set me back and made me realize, dang, I need to be really careful of what I'm doing. But it also kind of stripped away the hope and the excitement, right? When you start making money, when you're a trader, you're like, wow, I'm actually achieving my goals. And for a lot of you, it's different. But for me, my goal was to be able to trade so that I could build up my portfolio, be able to retire early, and make sure that my family was taken care of, right? So I wouldn't have to worry about money because I knew that my money would be making money and it would be great, right? But once I had that $15,000 loss, I was like, dang, can I actually do this? Can I actually be consistent? And I was depressed. Like, man, can I actually provide for my wife and the family that I want to do? And I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to give up after I did take like about a month break away from trading. It's always good to step away from the screen sometimes. I read all the books I could find on options. I watched all the YouTube videos I could find, specifically Tasty Live, because I wanted to understand where does all this risk come in from. And I even bought courses. Now, I assume all options traders at any one point has pulled out money from their pocket to buy a course, to buy a program or something. And there's always, I will say, one really good course. Like you can always find something great that you learn from, a great strategy, great something. The problem that I found is, although I bought a lot of courses and one really worked out for me, like the strategy that I'm using today is a strategy that I learned from this course. But the problem is people still mess it up because of execution. And so when I realized, wow, this strategy is great, but I might run into the same problem because I can't watch trades overnight. That's where that $15,000 loss came from. And so because of that, I decided to dedicate like literally 2 years of my life. It took about a year to develop. We're about a year and a half into it, past that development stage. We're about 2.5 years into me building the options auto trader. If you're wondering what that is, I wanted to build the easiest, fastest, most reliable way to automate any option strategy so that you can just connect your broker, click a few buttons, and have a fully automated trading strategy based on your own rules. And that's what the options auto trader does. Once I built this and I started automating my own trading, I was able to increase my profits. I went from making 1,000 to 3,000 a month, all the way up into my best month, making 8 grand in a single month. Now I average around 4 to 5, but my best month was 8 grand. I was already doing so much better. But it's not only was I making more money, but I decreased my losses. I no longer had emotions around it because I wasn't watching the trades. I got out instantly at the right time instead of hoping, guessing, wondering, and then having to actually put in the close order price and all that stuff. And so using the options auto trader to automate my trading helped me make more, decrease my losses, and most importantly, gave me my time back. I was able to have peace. I was able to breathe. I was able to know that this could be consistent because I was just going to let the numbers play out and do its thing. And I wasn't going to be involved and be the bottleneck, and allowed me to go travel with my wife, helps me to allow her to be able to retire. And now we're just able to spend time in different states. Like we travel to California. We're now live in Chattanooga to hike, and it's incredible. But after I used it myself, I then wanted to see other people use it. So I opened it up to a lot of beta testers who use this exact same bot that I'll be giving you access to in just a little bit, which is Ryan, who made $3,500 in his first 30 days of using the software in that bot. Roman, who made $100 in his first 30 days, even though he had never traded options before using this exact bot. David, who made $1,000 in his first 30 days, and Dean, who made $700 in his first 30 days. So not only was this working for me, but this was working for so many others who had either options experience or didn't. So no matter where you're at, no matter your account size, this bot can definitely help you get to your goals. Now, you might be wondering, okay, cool. So you had results. So others had results when you started, but what about today's results? Is this still working today? Well, we have a leaderboard inside of the options auto trader that tracks live accounts and live trades only. And you can see here that what I'll be showing you here in a second, this bot, and this bot. So the top 3 bots here on the leaderboard right now are all using the strategy and the bot that I'm about to teach you. So you can see here, this one's making Robert 7,000. This one's making 4,000, almost 5,000. This one's making 3.4 thousand. So you can see these bots, even this month in January 2026, are still working, and I expect it to work for months and months to come, which is why I'm sharing it with you today. And remember, if you stay until the end, I'll give you this exact bot for free so that you can just download it and start using it. So are you guys ready to see a live demo of exactly how this works? All right, cool, because I'm ready too. But first, I want to talk about what the strategy is so you have better understanding of it. Now, this is where you should take notes, okay? This is the 1-1-1 strategy that I'm running. If you're not familiar with it, no worries. The 1-1-1 strategy is simply selling a put and then buying a put debit spread as a hedge. So all your money that you're generating and making comes from selling a put, and then you have a put as a hedge to help hedge and protect and slow down the risk of that trade. So this has been back tested over about 15, 20 years now. Let's see, coming up on 10, about 15 years here that this has been back tested and shown to work. But what the thing is here, and what I want you guys always to take away, is that there are so many different option strategies, and you might get overwhelmed about which one to use. Like maybe you're like, hey, cool, the 1-1-1's cool, but I have a strategy that works well. I just don't know when to use it. Well, all option strategies work. The question is, in what markets do they work? And so the 1-1-1 is a bullish strategy, which means you should only ever be trading it in bullish markets. So that's exactly why I have this market analysis indicator that uses math to understand where the market is going. And the bot will only ever trigger trades for the 1-1-1 when it's inside this green zone, when it's trending higher. When it's in the red or below here, it's not going to enter, because then the market's trending down, which means we would just be entering to lose money, and that's pointless. Yeah, that's what a lot of traders do. So when you take a good strategy like the 1-1-1, or essentially a put selling strategy, and you only trade it in the ideal market, that's when you have success, because you're trading the right strategy at the right time. So instead of watching the market for the perfect entry, locating the correct strike prices on the options chain and entering the trade, monitoring the trade every morning and night to get out at the right time, and exiting with profit if you weren't already scared out too early or close too soon to lock in profit because you haven't had enough in a while, and you're just messing with the numbers if you don't actually stick to a system. But with a bot like this, it will be able to watch the market and trend for you. It'll be able to enter at the exact right time using the correct DTE and strike prices with not messing it up or not fat finger. You're not entering more than it should or less or whatever. It's going to be consistent every time. It allows you to monitor your positions every 15 seconds so that you exit at the exact take profit or stop loss time. And when you use futures options, you will even watch your positions overnight. So if there's some overnight crash that will get you out before the market ever officially opens. And that way, with a bot, it's emotionless, it's flawless, and it executes without you by following your rules and safeguards to a T. So let's dive into a quick demo so you can see exactly how this works. Welcome to the Options Auto Trader demo, specifically over the bot that made me $20,000 in 2025. This software is super awesome, but again, I am biased. But there's over $30 million connected to it and over 2,000 live accounts connected as well. So I'm going to walk you through how this works. The first step to get this working is you need to make sure your broker is connected. So just click on your profile image. You can see here, connect your broker. We support tastytrade, Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim, Tradier, TradeStation, and even our own internal paper trading system so that you can test this out without ever risking your own money. Once you have your broker connected, then the game begins. You can start automating trades, bots, and whatever you'd like. You can even create your own auto trader where you create it from scratch, whether you want to create a put selling strategy, a call selling strategy, you want to buy a call, buy a put, credit spread, iron condors, 1-on-1 ratios, whatever it is you want to do, you can build it out in the Options Auto Trader, whether it's a debit trade, a credit trade, a calendar trade, a short, a long. All that can be automated using your exact entry and exit rules. For instance, if I want to do a naked put trade on SPY or any one of these tickers, I just click on save and continue. I set my entry settings when I want to enter based on different indicators, based on different market settings. I'll save that. Then I'm going to exit based on take profit, stop loss, early management, my short strike getting hit, whatever I want to do. I can automate any strategy I want. So that is the power of the Options Auto Trader, is that it allows you to automate any strategy you want by either creating your own or stealing one of ours. And in today's demo, I'm going to walk you through the actual bot that you're going to want to steal today, which is the one that made me over 20 grand last year alone. And that was not only just 20 grand, but it was literally a 40% return on what I was trading with. So I was using $50,000 to trade this bot with. The bot had access to $50,000 and it made $20,000. So it literally made a 40% return from just the money that I gave it. So if you're looking to grow a small account, this is a great strategy and everything's like that. So if we're looking into it, the bot I'm talking about right here is the Futures Bullish bot. I will be giving this to you for free later in the slides, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But if I click on this, you can walk through all of my trade transactions. Going all the way back here, you can see I started it around, what is this, July 9th is when this was started. And so it's been running for, I don't know, was that 5-6 months now? And within that period, it generated well about $21,362. Again, you can verify that on tastytrade, which I have done with my trade log right here as well. So what I really want to show you is how it breaks down per month. Look, this is insane. You can see here, starting in July, the first month I ran this, it made $3,500 in that month. And August made $3,900, September made $2,587, October $4,000, November $4,000, December made as low as about $1,500. So isn't that pretty crazy how much is being made? That's like more than a mortgage. That's like enough to literally sustain people's lives from just this one bot. You can see here a 100% win rate so far. Again, full transparency, that's not going to always stay the same. This bot will hover around the 90 to 95% win rate range, so you will lose. But again, one of the powerful things going for it is that this bot is only allowed to trade with the trend. So this is the exact bot that I'm giving away on this training. So what I'll be doing is I'll be clicking the share icon, sharing the auto trader with you. And so when you get access to it, you'll see a share page like this. And you'll be able to actually clone this bot and add it to your own Options Auto Trader account. Don't worry, I'll show you how to get one of those if you don't have it yet either. So anyways, that is the strategy. It works very well. Why? Because it pairs a really incredible option selling strategy for bullish markets, and it makes sure that strategy only runs in actual bullish markets. So when the market is bullish, based on our indicators, it will allow the strategy to execute, and everything is fully handled by the bot. Literally, I check this once a week on Friday just to check the progress for about 5 minutes, see what it's doing, and then I log back out. So literally no time is required for me to generate a 40% return on my capital and make over 20 grand. Not only is that crazy, but the compounding of it is awesome. If I just let this bot sit here and run by itself for the next 10 years, I could easily have, what, $1 million or so, which is crazy. Anyways, guys, that is the Futures Bullish Bot. It's not guaranteed, it's not promised, but this is what it did for me in 2025. And I think that it has great potential because we look at the leaderboard, it's already making the top for this week. You can see here it made 17,000 this week so far for Daniel, made about 5,000 for George. You can see here it's ranking as top 4, top 10, top 9, top 8. So again, these are all the same version of that bot, that one-on-one strategy running in bullish markets. You can see here it's already making the top leaderboards for January. So if you're looking for a great strategy and you want to remove the emotion, this is the best bot for you. I hope I showed you how simple it was. Literally, you'll just go in, connect your broker in a couple clicks, and then you'll be able to click copy this bot, which you'll get that link here soon. All right, that is a demo of the Options Auto Trader, of how you can automate any strategy you want, whether you want to build out your own or copy some of ours, and how to actually steal the exact one that made me 20 grand and the exact settings and everything, so that you can deploy it as early as tonight in less than 3 minutes and get it rolling for tomorrow. All right, guys, see you in the slides again. All right, guys, Sue here thinks that the 20K options bot is awesome. Now, for those asking how much money was used, very good question. As mentioned, the bot was using 50,000. It had access to $50,000 to trade with, so made a 40% return. So that was 20 grand that it made off of 50. Now, as always, you don't want to have all your money allocated. There was about 100 to 150,000 in the account at any given time, but 50,000 was allocated to that particular bot and strategy, and it made a 40% return on that 50, about 20 grand made from those last 5 months of the year, and it's already crushing it for others so far in January as well. So that's why I wanted to share it and wanted to walk you through, guys. We'll have more Q&A at the end, but I hope you think that this bot has great potential for you, whether you want to run it on your own live account or a paper account. So who exactly does this work for? It works for options traders with a strategy, because you can use the Options Auto Trader to fully automate any strategy you have. It works for options traders without a strategy, because you can just steal this bot and use it alone. It works for people who want to trade undefined risk, defined risk strategies, because as you'll see, I'll give you access to an undefined risk version and a defined risk version in case you don't want to take that much risk. This works for options traders who trade stock options, ETF options, futures options, or index options. It can be run on any one of those. It works for people who are new to options and just want to generate some passive income. And it works for people who trade options right now but want to decrease their risk a lot by using bots and tools like this. Now, again, you can see the success that I've had with it already. You can see the leaderboard. Here's an example from one of our Oat Inner Circle members who has a larger account. Yes, I think that his account's around the $600,000 mark, but last year it made him about 79,000, which is pretty insane. Here's some of the smaller account. They're hovering around the $40,000 to $50,000 mark, and they made about $10,000 last year from this bot. So again, whether you're doing large account, small account, you can allocate it as needed to be able to generate some returns by using this bot. You can see here that this person averaged about a 41% return as well, based on the money that they're using, which is pretty great. Now, could you imagine waking up in the morning, having a bot that's actually working for you, following your rules, executing exactly as you wish, so that you can generate these results? Exactly. That's the whole goal of using automation, to have your rules followed to a T every single time. Now, this is the most important part. And if you're asking this question, you're asking the right questions. But Austin, what about the risk? What could go wrong with this trade? Well, it's a short option strategy, which has a lot of known risks. So let's talk about it. Number one is manipulation risk. Number two is market crash risk. And number three, the biggest, is volatility risk. So let's talk about it. Steve Burns has been trading for over 10 years now. He's a professional trader, pretty big on Twitter as well. He has a quote where he said, "If you do not manage risk in trading, then nothing else you do really matters. In the long run, you will just give back any profits." So if you've ever had a series of trade where you had small win, small win, small win, and then one large loss that wipes out and more, you know exactly what this is. If you could just get rid of your five biggest losses, I bet your profits would be a lot bigger than they are today. And you might even go from consistently losing to consistently profiting. So the whole goal of trading is, how do we actually minimize our risk? So let's walk through the most common risk for option sellers, and it also specifically applies to this bot. Number one is manipulation risk, okay? So when we talk about manipulation, just like in the animal kingdom, how there's hunters who attack the prey, there are stock operators, big institutions, hedge funds, and market makers who are sniping our orders. They're able to see our orders before they hit the market. They're able to get them filled at prices we don't want them filled at. And it leads to them being able to make money and us losing money because our trade enters and exits for no reason. We set up a limit order, it should have never hit it, or a stop loss, and it should have never hit it, but it ended up hitting those. And that's all because of manipulation risk. So there's a lot of losses that come from that as an option seller. A huge one is market crash risk. Market crashes lead to us losing thousands of dollars, and this can happen at any time, right? Like, we can't really predict it to a certain degree, or else, if we could, then it wouldn't be a crash, right? And so market crashes, especially for option sellers, because when we're selling options, we're leveraged and we have potential infinite losses, that if the market were to crash and we don't have our eyes on the market and we don't get out, then we could have huge losses. And I'll show you how we overcome that here in a second. And there's also options volatility risk, things like delta, theta, gamma, vega. What we really like to focus on, though, is volatility. So if volatility increases as option sellers, we're going to start losing money. And so if you were in a trade where it was going well, and even maybe went your direction, but you still lost money, it was probably because of volatility spiking and going against you. So volatility has a huge impact to us as option sellers. And even if you do get all those things correct, you're still battling yourself, right? The emotion, should I get in? Should I stay in? Should I get out early? Should I not get out early? All this stuff leads to us taking risks, making mistakes, and messing up our trading strategy. Because if we just stuck, or I should say stayed with the same strategy, we'd be fine. So that's where the options auto trader comes in. Again, I have experienced all these things multiple times. And so my goal was, how could I build a tool that helped decrease the risk of these factors as much as possible? Now, it's not perfect because nothing in the world is, but here's how it supports and removes manipulation risk, okay? When a hunter can see the prey in the animal kingdom, it goes after it and it kills it. But if the hunter, or the whatever is hunting, the lion or whatever, cannot see the gazelle, then it doesn't matter because it doesn't know it's there, so there's nothing to hunt. The same way in a zoo, where you can have all these animals next to each other who normally couldn't be because you have these huge walls, they can't see, they don't really know, but it's fine, right? Well, I put a wall between your trades and the big institutions, your trades and the market makers. The options auto trader does not rest orders at the exchange where they can be manipulated, where they can be sniped, and they can be taken advantage of. Instead, it only submits a limit order when it's time to exit that trade. That way, we're watching securely, we're watching for manipulation and all this stuff before it ever happens, so that your orders can stay safe and secure, and they're not going to exit for no reason. This means you can finally have a stop loss that actually exits where you want it to exit instead of exiting early. So now with the options auto trader, we can remove manipulation risk and actually have a consistent stop loss. Next is market crashes. How do we manage this? Well, the same way that newer cars have automatically applying brakes when you get close to another vehicle and you're going fast, like the brakes will automatically apply. My car does not do this because I am not fancy, but I know cars do, and it helps save a lot of accidents and bumpers and things like that. Well, our system does the exact same thing. It uses math to understand, is the market at a high chance of crashing? Again, we're not certain. It's not 100%. But when the market is mathematically overextended and pulling back, we slowly get out of trades and reduce sizing so that if the market were to crash, we have way less of a loss. So instead of having 10 trades open, we maybe only have one or two, so that we cut our losses down by a tenth and we can save a lot of money. So that's exactly what it does. It uses these mat zones. It goes, hey, we're overextended. And here's the last time it did it. What triggered here, this was, I forget the exact date, but this was the last time that kind of saved me. It exited my trades. Again, the trades that I've been in for a while, it closed for a profit. The trades that I just recently entered was about break even, but it closed me out. And then the market dropped over the next 2 to 3 weeks, and other people were down tens of thousands of dollars. But my bot had gotten me out of the trade before this. Now, it doesn't trigger for all crashes or all pullbacks, but still, if it can save you from 2 out of 3, that's going to be a pretty great savings on how much money you're not losing because of it. So not only does it help with manipulation, but it helps with market crashes. And last but not least, the big one, which is volatility risk. Okay. What we do is we actually, with one click of a button inside of the options auto trader for your bot, you can enable buying power based VIX, which basically means wherever VIX is, that's how we will adjust how much money your bot is using, right? So maybe when VIX is low, you know you're at a chance of VIX spiking, meaning that you have more risk the lower VIX is. That means we should be in less money, right? We should use less money in the trade so that if VIX were to spike, we're not going to lose on our largest position. And now that VIX is spiking, we now can actually deploy that money and deploy more of our bot so that we can take advantage at a higher VIX, which us as option sellers have a higher advantage. Those are things that all the most advanced option sellers do. They look at volatility, they look at all these things, but now with one click of a button by enabling this, the bot will handle it all for you to massively reduce these risks. So you guys see how powerful yet simple this bot is? We're using a put selling strategy, which is known for decades to be one of the greatest option selling strategies. We're aligning it with the market without ever having to be involved, and we're reducing manipulation risk, market crash risk, and volatility risk, not down to zero, but dropping it down like 90% compared to you as a normal human who has to watch the market every day. So that is the power of using a simple options bot like the one I just showed you and that I'll be giving you access today, or even creating your own using a tool like the Options Auto Trader that has built-in protections for all these things. Guys, this is the same bot that's been the top winner for most months and even for January, which means it's working right now today. Here's a one-on-one bot. Here's one. Here's one. It's actually taken over this week as well. We can see it's making as much as 13 grand this month alone for a single person, which is insane. Obviously, they probably have more money than you do, but still the ability to do that means that even with a smaller account, you can generate some returns there. So let's say you have $10,000 in your account. That means you'll be trading with one contract each because that's the lowest you can go. And you'll be using the small account version. The small account version only takes about $2,000 per trade. And that should generate about a $200 a month return or $2,400 a year. Now, no promises, no returns. I'm just sharing average numbers that you can try to aim for and shoot for. But that's something that you can try to look at for your account. Or if you have a 100 grand account, you can use our normal size one where each contract takes about 7 grand. You'll be trading one contract each. That should bring about $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year. If you have upwards of that and you're pushing to bigger accounts like 200, 300, 500, like a lot of our members are, you could be easily trading 2 contracts at a time, 7 grand a piece. You could be bringing in about $4,000 a month or $48,000 a year. Which is the goal for a lot of the people eventually, especially for those saying, okay, well, Austin, I have a small account. I'm only going to be able to make $2,400 a year, which isn't much. Okay, well, that's 20% return on your money. So we got to consider the magic of compound interest, right? Let's say you're starting with something like 50 grand and you're able to make 20% a year. Well, after 1 year, you're like, that's not much. My 50 went to 60. That's crazy. Well, yeah, well, after 10 years, if you just have this bot running in the background with nothing you need to do, it goes from 50 to 300, which is already an insane growth in and of itself. But you have to consider, okay, cool, maybe 300 is not a lot, but what if I can make 20% on 300? That would be what, 60 grand? That means your bot is now generating $60,000 a year for you in retirement, if this is what your retirement is. right? So that really helps lighten the load, lighten the burden by just allowing this bot to run in the background. But not only that, the beautiful part about bots is the magic of peace of mind. No more do you have to stress about trades or watch the market 24/7, but now you can actually let it work for you. You can lower your stress level, which gives you more bandwidth, more energy, and more time for things that matter, like family, which is what I have really loved, is the fact that I can just be more present with my wife because my mind isn't constantly stressed and worried about the market. So on this training so far, we've covered a lot of things, okay? We talked about how I lost big time because of an overnight market crash in option selling, which is very hard to do. So, I mean, you got to make sure you're aware of all these things that can happen and go wrong, because if you don't, you'll lose a lot. If you've been selling options for any amount of time, I'm sure you had one huge loss, which was quite terrible. You learned how a tool like the Options Auto Trader can help you automate your trading. And with that, can actually help you lower a lot of your risk, but also make you more money. So I went from making $3,000 a month to automating my trading and making about 4 to 5 grand every month, with 8 grand on my best month, which was awesome. But most importantly, it gave me back my time with my wife and my mental clarity, which was awesome. I showed you how I took some beta testers in the early days and they made a lot of money in their first 30 days using this exact same bot that I'm about to give you. You saw how that's working even today. We looked at the leaderboard for January and how most of the bots on that list, this exact 111 strategy. You saw a live demo of exactly how it worked inside of my account, how all you need to do is connect your broker, copy the bot, and you're good to go. You saw how the Options Auto Trader handles the 3 biggest trading risk in options, which is manipulation risk, market crash risk, and volatility risk, that you can cut your losses down dramatically. Again, you'll still have them guaranteed. I'm not going to say you won't, because you will, but you can lower the burden and lower the amount of losses by using these tools, by getting out faster, getting out sooner, and being more proactive, which is what this does for you without you needing to do a thing. We also talked about how you can break this down per account size, how that's 20% a year, which can actually be pretty substantial growth when we talk about just letting it run in the background and compounding, and how you don't actually need that much in retirement if you're generating 10 to 20% a year, because then you can actually generate a good return from little money, which is awesome. So with all that said, let me ask, was our time together so far valuable? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. I hope it was. Do you now feel more confident in your ability to generate options income on autopilot? Yes or no? And is it fair to say that using this bot, you'll have an unfair advantage over other options traders? Yes or no? I hope the answer is yes. So if that was a yes, then with your permission, may I share how you can get this exact bot and the Options Auto Trader right now? Let me know in the chat. I want to make sure that you guys are on board for this. Sweet. Casey said yes. Fred said yes. Cool. I'm seeing more yeses come in. Sweet. Let's do this. All right, then it's with great pleasure that I introduce you to special limited time offer of Austin's New Year Special, where you will be getting my personal 20K options bot that I just showed you, including all the settings of exactly how I run it to help me make money, align myself with the trend, and decrease as much of the risk as possible. Oops, I was showing the wrong bot, and I realized, my bad. But wait, there's more. You will also not only get my default version of the bot, you will get my small account version for accounts under the $25,000 mark, and you will also get my ETF version, because by default this is a futures bot. So you'll also get the ETF version as well. So ETF version. Okay, here's the deal. My personal $20,000 options bot is not available for sale or download anywhere else, except in the special one-time offer that I'm about to make you. And you can't even build this bot yourself, because it uses special trend-following automation settings only available for OAT Inner Circle members. So you might be wondering, how much is it then? Well, until now, the only people who have had access to this exact bot are my OAT Inner Circle members, who pay me about $5,000 every single year to use it. You can see here, live proof, people have paid that. They do pay that to get access to these bots. And if all this bot did was finally help you make a consistent $1,000 every month, would it be worth 5 grand? Well, from a return on capital just perspective, like you're going to make about 10 grand this year from that bot. Well, then, yeah, 5,000 paying for that is totally worth it. Now, if this helped you have true time freedom because you were no longer stuck to the screen, would it be worth 5 grand? Absolutely. Your time, your freedom, your peace of mind is worth way more than $5,000. And last but not least, but if all this bot was was able to do was give you the ability to sleep at night because it protected you from market crashes and volatility spikes. And like the way I run it, it's a futures options trade so that our system can watch it overnight and get us out during overnight crashes so we get out sooner. Would it be worth $5 grand? Absolutely. You saw my big loss was 15 grand from a single trade. If I would have had this watching my position overnight, I could have easily cut that loss in half, maybe more. So I could have saved myself so much money just by having a bot system running for me in the background and watching my trades 24/7 at night. So it's definitely worth $5 grand. But I want to do something crazy on this call, which is I'm going to give you the most insane deal ever that my wife thinks I'm absolutely nuts for doing, because I'm trying to grow this software, become the #1 options bot tool, and because I truly want the traders who use this tool to have success, because my success is honestly dependent on your success. So I want to give you this best bot that you can have success too. Then what's your price? Well, I'm not going to charge you 20 grand, which again is what I made from this bot in literally 5 months. So I would say that's definitely something I could charge. And I'm not going to charge you 10 grand like others charge for a single bot. I'm not even going to charge you 5,000 a year like Oat Inner Circle members who have access to this bot. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you to get it for just one extremely low price of just free. That's right. You guys already knew this, but I'm giving it to you for free. So that's right, for free. Okay. But so I don't go bankrupt, I can't just give you this bot. All I ask is that you cover the cost of the Options Auto Trader software, which means that's the data that runs it, the server that keeps it running 24/7, the team that supports you, all to make sure your bots run flawlessly. And that software is $1,970 a year. Again, hundreds of people pay that. And so again, if you have the software, I will give you this bot for free. Again, if you go to the pricing page right now, you see that's what people actually pay. But because you're on here right now and you've taken the time to go watch this training, which I appreciate, I want to reward you for sticking through. I'm going to give you a special discount to make it an absolute no-brainer for you to sign up right now, okay? So instead of paying $1,970 a year like hundreds of others, you can get access for just $997 when you go to oatdiscount.com/20K. And again, this offer will expire shortly. So if you want access to the Options Auto Trader for the first time and you want to get the bot for free, go to oatdiscount.com/20K. So let's talk about 100% transparency here for a quick second before we go further and talk about what else is included in this offer. If you are trying to generate passive income, want to automate your trading, and have at least $10,000 to trade with, this is for you. The Options Auto Trader is a software that connects your broker to run your bots, and it's typically $2,000 a year. But when you sign up today, you can lock in the price of $997 a year for life, which is a huge savings. And when you join the Options Auto Trader today, you will get my personal 20K options bot for free, easily a $5,000 value. Now, if you are someone who already has an Options Auto Trader account, thank you so much for being a member. You will get this bot for free without needing to sign up because you already have the account. And at the end of these slides, I will give you the direct link to go get that free bot. Okay, so do not worry, my current members, I got you. If you do not have an Options Auto Trader account, go to oatdiscount.com/20K and you'll be able to lock in the price of $997 a year for life and instantly get access to this bot. So everyone here today has access to the bot. If you're an Options Auto Trader member, you will get it for free for being here. Congrats. I'll give you the link here in just a second. And then if not, if you don't have it yet and you want to get it started, go to oatdiscount.com/20. You can get started for just $997. Go to oatdiscount.com/20K. So that's oatdiscount.com/20K. So again, you're going to open up a new browser tab and go there, and that's where you'll be able to do it. I also just threw the link inside of Zoom. Okay, so that's not everything you're going to get. When you sign up for the Options Auto Trader today at oatdiscount.com/20K, you'll also get 6 incredible bonuses, okay? Bonus number 1 is obviously my 20K bot plus all 3 versions. So you get the default version, which is the one that I'm running, all the exact settings, everything like that. You will get the small account version, so that if you have under 25 grand, you can still run this bot. And you will get the ETF version, which means that if you don't have access to futures, you can still run it as well using an ETF version. So you get all of those for free easily. other people will easily charge you 10 grand from a single bot. So with 3 bots like this, they could charge you 30 grand and you get it for free when you join the Options Auto Trader today at a hugely discounted price. So if you want that, go to oatdiscount.com/20K. You don't want to miss out on that offer. Okay. Next is you're going to get the option scaling playbook. Okay. So what is the option scaling playbook? Great question. It is a masterclass that walks you through 3 essential pieces of the options bot process. It shows you how to analyze and fix any options bot's performance. It gives you a game plan on how to scale your options bots so that you don't hurt your account and it can actually grow with your account size. And it shows you how to withdraw funds without hurting your bot performance. There's a rubric and a guide and a training for each one of these steps so that as you make money with one bot, you know what bot do I need to add next? How do I scale? How do I withdraw funds? All with doing so so that I can be consistent with my bots, consistent with my profits, and not ever hurt my account. You also get bonus number 3, because once you start having bots, you start trading, you start improving them, you'll start making money. And once you start making money, you want to make sure that you can actually keep that money. And so to keep that money, you'll need to be able to cut your taxes in half, which was one of my biggest concerns after I started making money with bots. I started contacting different tax professionals. It's like, okay, how do I actually decrease my taxes? And so what I did is I put together a whole course from these people. There's guides, blueprints, literally methods to follow to help cut your taxes in half with just a few simple changes in your trading. So you can get that bonus course and guides for free when you sign up now by going to oatdiscount.com/20K. So make sure to go to oatdiscount.com/20K and you'll be able to take advantage of it. Bonus number 4 is our profit guarantee. If you sign up today to try this bot in the Options Auto Trader and you try it for not only 30 days, not 60 days, but 90 days, and you don't make money, then I'll give you a full refund plus $500 for wasting your time. That's right. I'm allowing you to try out this software for 90 days, 3 months to try out this bot and software. And if you do not make money with it, I'll give you a full refund plus $500 for wasting your time. So you literally walk away with being $500 richer. So worst case scenario, you have this bot and it's continuously making you money, or you walk away and you're $500 richer because you tried it out for 90 days. So if you want to do that, go to oatdiscount.com/20K to take advantage of this offer, lock in a great discount for the Options Auto Trader, and you'll be able to get instant access to my 20K options bot by going to oatdiscount.com/20K. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't want to put the money back to the test, you don't want to wait 90 days, which again is an insane deal by itself. You can also just get your money back for any reason, really no reason, in 30 days. So here's a recap of what you're getting. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader instead of $2,000 a year. You're going to lock it in at a price of $997 a year moving forward. You're going to get my personal options bot, literally a $5,000 value for free. You're going to get the option scaling playbook so that as you make money, you know what bot to add next. They'll protect your account, how to grow, how to withdraw funds. You're going to get the Cut Your Taxes in Half course so that you can actually know how to keep more of the money you're making. This saved me $3,000 the first time I implemented all these steps. So you could be saving a ton of money alone from just this bonus. You'll also get the 90-day profit guarantee, which means put this to the test for 90 days. And if you don't make money, I'll give you all your money back plus $500. It's a no-brainer. Plus, bonus, you'll be getting a one-on-one onboarding call with me, tailored to Options Bot Portfolio, all for just $997. So let's talk more about that. Not only are you getting all these things I just mentioned, but you're also going to unlock bonus number 5, which is a one-on-one onboarding call. For my Oat Inner Circle clients, which is a completely different program, different people, they get anytime one-on-one calls with me. It's very helpful to just help confirm that they're making the right decisions, that the bots are set up correctly for me to review it. And I know it's very useful for people. So for those of you guys who joined today by going to oatdiscount.com, we will be able to schedule a one-on-one onboarding call. So that's only one time. You can't do that ongoing like my Oat Inner Circle members, but we can do a one-time one-on-one onboarding call for anyone who signs up today by going to oatdiscount.com/20K. So if you want to get access to the Options Auto Trader and a insane discount, you want to get access to the bot, and you want a one-on-one onboarding call, go to oatdiscount.com/20K. We'll also be able to walk you through how you can best set up a portfolio for you. You won't get access to my portfolio or the portfolios that we run inside of the Oda Inner Circle program, but I'll walk you through, hey, ideally you want a bearish bot, you want a bullish bot, and we'll walk you through just the idea of how that works, that you can build out a full options bot portfolio for yourself. So here's what you're getting. You're going to the options auto trader at a 50% discount. So instead of $2,000 a year, you get it for $997. You get my personal $20,000 bot. You get the option scaling playbook. You get the cut your taxes in half course. You're going to get the 90-day profit guarantee. You're going to get a one-on-one onboarding call, a tailored options bot portfolio, a total value of $18,431. You can get started now for just $997 at odiscount.com/20K. Now, be clear, you will still get this bot for free if you're already an Options Auto Trader member. However, if you are an Options Auto Trader member who's on a monthly plan, or maybe you're on a higher yearly plan and you want to lock in this lower price, you can do that as well by going to odiscount.com/20K, and this will be able to upgrade your account to lock in this at a super discounted price. In case you love the software, you just want to continue with it for a year and you want to lock in this cheap price, plus all the bonuses and the one-on-one onboarding call. You now have two choices, which is to continue trading manually with all the risk you know is there, from volatility to market crash to watching the market 24/7 to emotions, or using bots. I highly recommend you use bots. I've seen so many people have success with it. It's literally just connect your broker, pick the bot, and you're good to go. And now for this instance, if you have over 25K, you don't even need to pick the right bot. I am giving you a bot, the bot that I am personally using in my 200K account. Is there risk to it? For sure, which is why I'm giving you 3 different versions, so that you have the version I'm using, a version with less risk, and a version that has defined risk, so that you can make sure you pick the one that is best for you. Plus, I'm giving you a ton of bonuses, so now is the best time. Look, I'm nothing special. You saw where I started. I lost 15 grand on a single trade. I struggled. I jumped from day trading to swing trading to Forex to stocks, and then eventually found my way on selling options. And that's where I had success with my own self. And so, again, I've lost a lot. So I am just like you guys. I had success with options bots, and that's why I talk so much about it, because I know you can too if you set it up correctly, which again, I'm giving you the best bot to set up correctly right now at odiscount.com/20K. So here's what you're getting as a recap. You're going to get the options auto trader instead of $2,000 a year. You're locking it in for $997 per year for life, which is an insane discount. You're getting my personal 20K bot for free. You're getting the option scaling playbook for free. The cut your taxes in half course, you can keep more of the money you're making for free. You're getting the 90-day profit guarantee. You're getting a one-on-one onboarding call with me, which again, I don't do. I don't like one-on-one calls. I don't do them. I mean, I do them with my my inner circle members because they've been vetted. I literally look through their accounts and stuff to make sure they've actually done stuff and that they're cool people. I have refunded people in that program purely to get rid of them, because I want to make sure that I love working with these people. So the people that I work with one-on-one calls, I absolutely love. I love my inner circle group. And so I never do one-on-one calls with just the general public. But for you guys right now, because it's the beginning of the new year, for those of you who want to get set up correctly, I am offering a chance to do a one-on-one onboarding call with me when you sign up now at oatdiscount.com/20K. So oatdiscount.com/20K to get that onboarding call. We make sure you're set up correctly. I also get a tailored options bot portfolio, which means I'll be able to help guide you through the best bots to kind of run. To make sure that you have a full portfolio, which means bullish bots, bearish bots, all of that. That's a total value of $8,431. You can get started now for just $997. Plus, you're backed by 30-day money back guarantee, which means you can just try it for 30 days. Don't like it for any reason, get all your money back by going to oatdiscount.com/20K. So make sure to go to oatdiscount.com. Thank you, Trone, for throwing that in there. Look, here's what I know about you. You did not come to this training because you hate options trading, okay? You came to this training because you're trading options. Maybe you're doing it for a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years, maybe 10. And you know that there's something that can help you be a little more consistent, something that you can add to your already profitable strategies to be even more profitable. Or maybe you're something like, I've been trading for a while, just hasn't clicked, and I need that next thing. And so you're looking for it. And so That's what you're here for, and that's what I want to deliver. So everyone on this training has the ability to get access to this bot. If you're already an Options Auto Trader member, you're going to get the bot for free because you already pay for the software. If you haven't, now is your perfect opportunity to join the software at an incredible discount with a ton of bonuses by going to oatdiscount.com/20K. Okay. So look, if you have failed before, it's not your fault. And I don't just say that, guys. There have been bots around by these big institutions for literally a decade now. Okay. They have trained their bots on how to take advantage of your orders. So if you're trading manually, you are being taken advantage of. Okay. Your stops don't work correctly. They know how to look for your orders. They know how to snipe your orders. And so with the Options Auto Trader, you're able to finally put that all to bed and actually get a system that works, protected from manipulation and market makers, and actually have a stop loss. And all those things are the reason, well, some of the reasons why our members just do so well. So one last recap of what you get before I give you access to the bot for all you Options Auto Trader members. So thank you for staying through. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader for a 50% off discount, so you can lock in that discount for life. You're going to get my personal bot, a $5,000 value for free. The Options Scaling Playbook, so you know exactly what bots to add, how to scale them, and how to withdraw without hurting your performance. You'll get my Cut Your Taxes in Half course. You will get the 90-day profit guarantee, which means put our bot to the test for 90 days. And if you don't make money, I'll give you all your money back plus $500, which is honestly an absolute steal. Like, you literally walk away guaranteed to make money. Either you make it with the bot or I give you $500. You get a one-on-one onboarding call with me to make sure you're set up correctly so that we can make sure the new year is locked in, your bots are correct and ready to go. And I'll help walk you through how you can tailor a portfolio for yourself so that you can make money in bullish markets and bearish markets and in between. That's a total value of $18,431. You can start it now for just $997. Plus, you're backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. For any reason you don't like it, get your money back. No worries. Go to oatdiscount.com/20K. oatdiscount.com/20K. So let me help you out here. When you go to oatdiscount.com/20K, you'll see this page. You'll put in your name, your email, and your shipping address, because I do like sending you things in the mail sometimes, for fun, like hats and goodies and swag. So put that in there. Go to oatdiscount.com, put in your name, your email, your shipping address, put in your credit card details, and click checkout. Once you do, you'll immediately see this next page, which is a link to create your Options Auto Trader account, the link to download the 20K options bot that I personally use, and the link to schedule your onboarding call, plus the other bonuses like the courses and everything like that. So super simple. Go to oatdiscount.com/20K, name, email, shipping address, card, press checkout. You'll see here and you get access to everything. Okay. So if you're wondering why you haven't signed up yet, it's probably because there's a question and I want to answer your questions. So please put all your questions in the Q&A channel of Zoom. I will go through them all. I'm going to give you a second to put the questions there. While I wait on that, I will answer some of the most common questions. What if I'm already an Options Auto Trader user? No worries. There's nothing else you need to do. In just a second, like right after this slide, you will get direct access to download this bot so that you can start using it today inside of your Options Auto Trader account. If you're not, you need to get access to the Options Auto Trader so that you can run this bot, which you can do by going to oatdiscount.com/20K. Now, if you're an Oat monthly member or you're an Oat member that has a different yearly plan and you want to lock in this discounted price, you can go to oatdiscount.com/20K to lock in that price. And the subscriptions and stuff will get corrected. Like if you have duplicate subscriptions because you're signing up, don't worry, that will all be corrected within 24 hours so that you only have one subscription. So all that technical mumbo jumbo to say, if you're an Oat user, you're going to get the bot in like 5 seconds. If you're not, go to oatdiscount.com/20K to join now so that you can get the bot and all of these bonuses for free. What brokers does this work with? This works with tastytrade, Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim, Tradier, TradeStation, and we even have our own paper trading system. I'm also adding more brokers. I have approval for E-Trade. I have approval for Moomoo. If you're not familiar with Moomoo, it's going to be our first international broker. So if you're someone in Singapore, someone in China, Canada, maybe Canada, you will be able to now use the Options Auto Trader. So that will be coming in the next month. I'm not saying to buy this now because we don't have it yet, but we will be having those brokers soon. So stay tuned if you are interested for that. Does this work on a cash account, margin account, IRA, etc.? Yes. Any account that can have options approval, this works with. So we have people using a cash account, people using margin, people using IRA, all the above. The most common is a margin account. How long does it take to set up? Well, as I showed you in the video, you literally just connect your broker. You'll click to import this bot, and it'll be good to go. You can get it set up and going in less than 3 minutes. Plus, I can make sure you did everything correctly on our one-on-one onboarding call if you so choose to do that. How much time to manage it? Well, it's personally up to you. There are people that log in every day. Literally 200 of you guys log into our software every single day to check stuff. I personally just log in once a week to check on my portfolio and bots. Do I actually have full control? Yeah, so unlike other people who just sell you a bot where you connect your broker and you have no control over what the bot does or how it does its thing, we actually give you full access to the settings. So you'll be able to import my bot, but you can change it. Maybe you're like, I want to have a tighter stop loss because I want to lose less money, or I want to take profit more, or I want to put on more trades. Whatever it is, you have full control over all the settings, however it is you want to do it. Now, you might be saying, can I automate other strategies? Yes, the options auto trader is amazing because not only can I give you bots like the bot that I'm using, but what we can also do is you can automate any strategy you want based on any rules you have. So we have traders who have automated all the different types of strategies, from gold trades to SPY trades to Tesla trades. And so you can automate any strategy you want through the system. Can I paper trade it first? Yes, we have our own internal paper trading systems. So you can test out bots without ever risking your own money. What about a volatility spike? Well, we have different protections in place that you can enable to help lower the risk of a volatility spike, meaning when it spikes, you lose less money. But you can also set up VIX protection bots. Things like, hey, if VIX spikes, I want to buy a put to take advantage of that move. Also, this software has survived multiple different volatility spikes and been able to get our members out of trades at or near their stop losses, which is quite amazing because when volatility spikes, orders go crazy. And I've known a lot of manual traders who weren't able to get out while our software was still able to get out. So that's quite amazing. How much money do I need? You need at least $10,000 to make the bot that I'm giving you work. Again, ideally over 25 for the full version, but there's also a small account version that you're getting. And you might be wondering, what exactly is the guarantee? Try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it for any reason, you can get your money back. There's also a 90-day profit guarantee, which means run the spot for 90 days. If you don't make money, I'll give you all your money back plus $500. Cool. Those are all my general questions. Go to oatdiscount.com/20K to sign up. I'm going to go to the Q&A here. I'll answer it to the best of my ability, and then I'll give you access to the live bot. So Shaylendra says, is this suitable for an IRA account? No, absolutely not, actually. This is an undefined risk trade, which means that it cannot be traded in an IRA. IRA requires accounts to only do defined options trades. So because of that, you can't do it. However, inside of the strategy database, Shaylendra, which I know you have access to, there is a defined risk, ready, steady, retire. That's a defined risk version of the bot that I use. So if you want to use it, use the defined risk, ready, steady, retire bot, and that will work for an IRA. I know a lot of members who use it, and you can have success with it. Robert Owen says, have been trading or using the daily income bot since late November. At the time of your presentation, made it sound 50% win rate, down $745. Is the income bot still a good bot? Yeah, so for my OAT and our Circle members, most of them are no longer running that bot. We primarily stick to long-term bots. So we're not really running those at that time, or I should say at this time. Again, the metrics should be a bit better on that bot. I just personally like the long-term. So I'm not, if you're wondering. Andrea says, I'm trying to get the discount at work and can't get the link. Yeah, it's oatdiscount.com/20K. I can put it in the chat again just to make sure you have it. But you can go to https:/oatdiscount.com/20K. And that is the link. I just threw it in the Zoom there so you can get it. How do I know my trading account will not get hacked when linking your trading bots to it? Great question. So every single broker, before they allow us to integrate, does a third-party integration. Does a cybersecurity audit of our system. So they check out the code, they check out the backend, they check out our databases, and every single broker has approved us without needing me to change a thing. We use advanced encryption for everything. The tokens expire every single 15 minutes. So everything like that is the way to do it. We're also currently in the progress of getting a third-party cybersecurity audit, not just from the brokers, but from people that like the Fortune 500 companies rely on. And so you'll have that report here soon. But this is a super secure platform because I know it connects to your accounts. I had to make sure it's super secure. Again, my own account, 200K plus, is connected to this. So I made sure it was very secure. Casey Dunn says, is the bot entering and exiting single order tickets instead of legging in and out? Currently, yes, it's entering in single order tickets. It'll be able to exit based on different legs, like leg in and leg out in the near future. That's one of the settings coming. I'm always adding to the software as I can, and that's one of my planned features, Casey. But right now, it just does all in one. Casey said, what course did you purchase that you said really helped you? Yeah, it was the membership program with what's it called? Navigation Trading. They're pretty big. They have a lot of different option selling strategies like a duck trade and things like that I was able to use to kind of craft all the various strategies that I've done. You said you attend one of those mega churches in Texas. No, I actually attended a church that met in a rundown strip mall that no one else was in. It was literally just the church because all the other stores couldn't survive there. I lived in a small town in Texas when I was there, Casey. But currently, I'm at a Calvary Chapel Church in Chattanooga, if that means anything. All right, cool. Those are all the Q&A questions I see from there. Let's see. William says, for current users, there's a link at the bottom. Yep. Perfect. I see currently 3-day trial. So I guess it's a deal would it not be okay. I had a ton of questions with how it worked. Would you be able to message me for guidance? I'm not working with 10K, so I guess the deal here would not. Yeah, correct. So just to recap, these bots that we're trading with, they do require capital. Okay, guys. Ideally above 25K, but we do have a small account version for 10K. But 10K is kind of the absolute minimum. These bots that I'm using do require capital. So make sure you're aware of that. If you have over 10K, you should be fine. If you have over 25K, then you're perfect. So if you have under that, this probably is not the best bot for you. However, you can do other bots. There's other bots to do. Like we have a put spready bot inside of our strategy database, like inside the options auto trader. We have a list of bots that work well. There's one in there called put spready that's very great for small accounts and does very well that you can definitely use that one instead. Sweet. Here's a recap of what you're getting, and then I'll give you access to the bot, as some of you guys already found. You guys are good. Is the options auto trader $997 price you get to lock in for life. My personal bot, the option scaling playbook, the cut your taxes in half course, the 90-day profit guarantee, the one-on-one onboarding call, the tailored options bot portfolio, a total value of $997. You can get started now with a 30-day money back guarantee by going to oatdiscount.com. Guys, so if not this, then what? Like you are looking for something, like you're on here because you're trying to find a good strategy. Maybe you're just looking to add. Maybe you're trying to find something more consistent. This is one that I found that's worked. I've used this for over 2 years. Yes, I've only used this specific bot for about 5-6 months now, but I traded this strategy by hand manually for like the past 2 years. It's a great strategy. Highly recommend. So give it a shot if this is something that you've been looking for. Whether you do it by hand first and then see if it works, and then do it with a bot, that completely works too. But give the strategy a try. And then if not now, then when? Again, if you come back later, you won't be able to take advantage of all these bonuses, the one-on-one onboarding call, and anything else I mentioned. So now is really your last time. So if you want to take advantage of this insane offer, go to oatdiscount.com/20K. So again, you know what you're getting. You're getting the options auto trader. You're getting a ton of bonuses worth over $18,000 for just $997 when you sign up now at oatdiscount.com. And so just one last thing, if this is you, then you should sign up now. If you're someone looking for passive income, whether you're new to options and you're trying to supplement your income without being glued to the screen, then this is for you. If you're someone who's an options trader and you're tired of big losses, emotions of being glued to the screen, then this is for you as well. If you're someone who already has stocks, bonds, real estate, etc. in your portfolio, and you're looking for another asset to add to your portfolio, then this is for you as well. Now, that is the end of this presentation. I will end this training here soon. If you are already a user, go to oatdiscount.com/20K, and there will be a link at the bottom of the page that says get my 20K options bot for current users. Make sure you're logged into the options auto trader before you go to that page. If not, I'll prompt you to log in. And then you'll just click on that link. You'll be able to import it exactly as it's set, and you'll be able to do that. It should be good. It'll load all the settings exactly as I have them so that you can run them. So go to oatdiscount.com/20k at the bottom of the page. There's my get my 20k options bot for current users. Click that. It'll take you to the share page and you'll be able to do it. Let me check out some of the final questions before you go, but thank you guys so much for being here. I hope it helped. I hope you're able to see good success from it. I trade in an IRA, Casey says. So what you're saying is this can only be used, you can only use the Ready Steady Retire bot. No, you need to use the defined risk Ready Steady Retire bot. It's the same thing, but it adds the defined risk aspect by adding a long put on the very end. So that's inside the strategy database, Casey, so you can do that. Is Tasty or Toss better for trading in an IRA? They both do the same. They both feel basically the same. There's nothing really different between them. Kyle said, I paid for oat for a year for Black Friday or around that. Is there a way to take advantage of this deal instead? The inner circle is very attractive, and sadly, I bought before this still came around. Just wondering. Yeah, this is not the oat inner circle deal. Again, this is just a one-time one-on-one onboarding call and the normal options auto trader subscription. The oat inner circle, they get all my portfolios. They get weekly calls. They get anytime one-on-one calls. So that's a whole different group. And you kind of have to be approved for it. So yeah, this is just the normal oat plan. And if you're already on an oat yearly subscription, then you're probably fine. But you can always shoot me an email, hello@optionsautotrader.com for more clarity, but you're probably good to go. Sweet. Well, let me double check. I think, hold on, let me check the chat. Perfect. Already a member. Love it. I've been using the Auto Trader for 3 years. I was one of the founding members. Yes, Don, love it. Nice to see you. Definitely need to meet up in Idaho sometime. Let's see, do you have the, yep, down the link. Sweet. Looks like you guys have everything you need. Super glad to hear that. Hear that you guys are having success with it. Love it. Thanks again for tuning into this training. I'll get the replay up as soon as I can. Again, please put the bot to the test. As always, start with paper, give it a try. If you are an oat member who wants to upgrade and lock in this crazy deal plus bonuses, or you haven't joined the Options Auto Trader before, now is the perfect time. So go to oatdiscount.com/20 to get your last chance to take advantage of this offer. It looks like you guys have final opportunity, so I just want to give it a couple seconds. If you guys, yeah, basically that's it. So thank you guys for this training. Hope you enjoy your Thursday, enjoy your Friday and your weekend, and I will see you soon. Get those bots running on paper, see how they work, and when you're ready, move them over to live, and I'll probably have some good success with it. Again, no promises, but give it a try. This is the bot that I personally use myself. All right, guys, enjoy your day. I will see you on another training up here soon. Just so you guys know, because a lot of you guys are already oat users and oat members, that I will be doing a completely training-based webinar at the first week of every month. That's my goal for 2026. So the first week of every month, I will do a live training like this, except it's going to be more focused on actual training where I talk about the specific bots, and I'm going to cover all the bots that were that made it to the leaderboard that month. So for instance, the first week in February, I will do a live training on all the top bots from January. I will walk you through what the bot was, what the key settings were, what symbol it was done on, and why it works so well, so that you can learn from it, and you can also import them as you wish. So as an Options Auto Trader member, that will be a private trading for you guys, not the general public, but for you guys. So I really hope you take advantage of that. That is something that is coming this year. Is the beginning of every single month. You'll be able to hear a breakdown of all the top bots and why they're good. All right. So thank you guys. I'll see you soon. Enjoy it. Yeah, perfect.